Hi, YouTubers, it's Uncle Lo, and guess where I am today? I'm at a mall. And for many of you guys who don't know, my pastime and I've spent many years working in malls and working in a mall or several malls because my latest role was a district sales manager for telecommunications in Canada, and we supported many networks that were it's kind of like your T-Mobile or your Verizon in the States. And I was able to look after a lot of the stores that were mall in mall concepts. So I actually can say that I am an expert mall walker. As much as my wife and my daughter say that they have more experience, I've probably put more mileage in a mall. But not only that is I see malls differently. I today wanted to feature Bellis Fair Mall because it is the closest mall to me that is in the U.S., in Washington State. And I actually really like coming to this mall because I came here as a kid, and and I just remember like getting like pretzels and ice cream and just walking around the mall because it was such a big mall. Um, from a size perspective, it's actually quite large. I don't have the current square footage, and that really doesn't matter. But as you see, as I'm walking down these corridors, they're quite lengthy, right? But what you also notice in this mall here, it's probably a little bit dated because if you just look around, it's probably, at least a 2 to 3 decade look. But it is so large. But what the appealing part of this mall here is its anchors. You see here, well, T-Mobile, we just passed by on the left here. Um, Ben Bridge Jewelers. This corridor here, we just walked past that the food court, but there's Target, Ashley's Furniture, Dick's Sporting Goods, J.C. Penney, Macy's, Kohl's, Old Navy, and Forever 21, H&M. It's just really spread out. So it really seems like this mall, not that it doesn't have much to offer, it's just when you're walking around, you've got to go from place to place, from one part of the mall to the other, and be able to just kind of enjoy the walk in between. Because the unfortunate part is this mall relies, it's probably closer to Vancouver, Canada, than it is to Seattle, Washington. So if you look at from a mall perspective, this relies a lot on Canadian shopping. And unfortunately, our dollar right now it's not very strong. I just did an exchange, and for $1,000 Canadian, I got $700 US. So you can do the exchange rate there. But we decided to come here because, there are some deals to be had, especially, it's coming up to Black Friday. Thanksgiving is next week here. And there's just a lot of, and then obviously Christmas. They've already got Santa in the mall here. But like I said, there's flagships in the mall, and there's certain stores that we as a family just love coming to. And my favorite of my daughter, it was Ulta there, just on the right. And Bath and Body Works is definitely one of the family's favorites there. And obviously, you can get some of these things in Canada. And if they're comparable price, it's not really worth it to bring over the border. But there are a lot of stores that we don't see in Canada too. Like one of my favorite is called Attic Salt. Attic Salt there I'm going to feature because they have some really cool t-shirts, socks, gag gifts, Sasquatch memorabilia, alien memorabilia, that weird stuff that sometimes that I've been known to like. Yeah, that's the store if you want to see it too. We love Target. and you can see Target just down the way here. We spend a lot of time in Target because there are brands that we can't get in Canada, and that makes it a really fun shopping experience. And then for me, well, I'm going to say that the shoppers will probably spend a lot of time at Macy's because you can find some good deals. And some racks there that maybe it's brought over from other Macy's at clearance, I think, because they have a large clearance section. For me, I love Dick's Sporting Goods, and we'll probably finish our walk towards that at the end because I parked towards Dick's. But Dick's is a huge sporting goods store, and we have something similar, but I still think Dick's Sporting Goods is much larger, right? And I love going to the golf section and the shoe section just to kind of look around. So that makes it quite fun. But my perspectives on this mall too is and I'm going to talk about kind of the estimation that I think this store is probably only occupied about 60%. So, you'll have a lot of empty stores. It gives it that vibe that it's a dying mall. But really, because it's so spread out in a lot of those anchor stores, if you condensed it, it would be a pretty packed mall in most states or most Canadian malls. And the last part is sometimes when you get an older, slower mall, you get a cleaner mall. And that's what I like. Thanks from Uncle Lo, and take care.